Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, and all of you Marvel fans out there should take a little bit of a victory lap, ladies and gentlemen, because it looks like we have either broke Brie Larson or broke Disney marketing out there, because boys and girls, unlike many years past, Brie Larson out there who's always been an advocate for feminism and what they could do, wham, and power in Hollywood, and how they're all just being held down by a bunch of men out there. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, as the news media does so many times over and over again, they try to bait actors and actresses and producers and everybody else involved in Hollywood with all of these gotcha kind of questions. We've seen this happen in the past, and some people have been much better at it than others at avoiding this kind of stuff. Obviously, we've got Henry Cavill with his infamous, not believing that toxic fans are actually a thing, or you've got our dear sweet Ilan Mulvaney out there of Dear Miss Marvel, who had just completely and totally sidestepped the question and did better than the majority of Hollywood actresses that are actual full-grown adults that have been in the industry for a long time. Well, it looks like the tide has turned for even our dear, sweet Brie Larson, ladies and gentlemen, because as you can see over here from the headline at cosmicbook.news, Brie Larson silenced, refuses to address Captain Marvel backlash and feminist topics. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is absolutely a change in the wind when it comes to Hollywood and how they talk about things and how they market stuff, because guess what? It has officially become very, very bad form to address all of this kind of toxicity out there in the world and in Hollywood, because guess what? Go woke, go broke does actually completely and totally exist. And when you decide to prioritize identity politics over actually producing good quality content, you will lose every single time. And it looks like Brie Larson, or at least all of her handlers over there at Disney Marvel, have officially learned that lesson. So we're going to check out this article over there at cosmicbook.news, getting all of the juicy details. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description down below. Let us know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. Does this make Brie even more attractive to you? Does it feel like she's actually woken up to the nonsense, or do you think she just had her PP smacked enough times by everybody out there in the Marvel leadership out there going, hey, guess what? Saying things like this really flops our movies. Don't do it anymore. Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. Or she had an actual change of heart. Let us know. Maybe she's just tired of hearing all the backlash online. I don't know. Would you look at that? In a new interview, Brie Larson has gone silent and refuses to tackle feminist topics when questioned about the perceived Captain Marvel backlash and misogyny. Anyone know what happened? And of course, we've talked about the fact we've done several videos over how bad the Marvels did at the box office, how much of a disastrous dumpster fire it was, and of course, absolutely flopping for Disney Marvel and causing them hundreds of millions of dollars at the box office. Obviously, we've gone over all of that kind of stuff. So the Telegraph interview takes a turn. The UK's Telegraph published an interview with Brie Larson, who sports a new buzz cut look, which is apparently meant to promote the release of her new London play, Elektra. However, while about half the interview focuses on the play, the Telegraph centered its coverage on Brie Larson refusing to answer certain questions, titling the article, Brie Larson on Marvel and misogyny. I can't answer that without it becoming a problem for me. I mean, literally, this was supposed to be promotional material for her new stuff, but no. God forbid you concentrate on that. No, instead, you'd rather just concentrate on identity politics nonsense, where she clearly felt uncomfortable answering these questions. So yeah, good job, Telegraph. I guess we know where your priorities actually lie, now don't we? As the interview went on, the Telegraph brought up Larson's role in Captain Marvel, asking what she thinks some men felt threatened by her casting. According to the article, the temperature in the room plummets after the question. Brie Larson's response? I don't know. She says blankly, I don't pay attention. Well, and whether or not that's true or not, well, you know what? That's a great way to try to sidestep and completely and totally avoid the question. But like, look, I'm just trying to concentrate on my work. I'm just trying to improve myself as an actress. Like, I'm just trying to do better, do more things and expand myself in the roles and that kind of stuff like that. Like, yeah, that's literally, it's like, no, she doesn't pay attention. Which, whether or not that's true or not, considering the fact she's on Instagram, probably not. But still, a very smart choice of words. The reporter presses further, asking Larson, is that not paying attention your way of dealing with the misogyny? The article continues, noting, a few seconds of chilly silence passes before she replies. Oh my God, so dramatic. Larson's response. What I would like you to see is that by continuing this conversation, you are putting me in connection with something that has nothing to do with me. Look, not my monkeys, not my circus. Way above my pay grade. I don't want to deal with this nonsense. And that is a very smart choice of words. Avoid the stuff at all costs, because all it has done in the past has got you into hot water. Who knows? It sounds like Brie Larson might have actually learned her lesson, boys and girls, and shout out to all of the fans out there. I hope she has a wonderful and very successful career going forward now that she's actually gotten a little common sense inside of her head. Startling response. The reporter was surprised by Larson's response, writing, "This seems a startling thing to say." The Telegraph asks what Larson believes that the film industry continues to pigeonhole actresses to the point that a female superhero can, for a certain sort of viewer, still feel like an aberration. Oh, yes. Do all the chuds out there online still hate a female superhero? No. We just hate Mary Sue's and overpowered people that don't properly represent their actual comic book origins out there. Everybody loves Wonder Woman. Everybody loves Catwoman. We all love Scarlet Witch, and he completely and totally decided to turn her into a villain. So come on now. We all know that all of this is just straight gaslighting, and apparently Larson at least understands not to comment on this stuff anymore, because her reply says, "I don't think there's any way for me to answer that without it becoming a problem for me." Yep, because no matter what you say, trust me, all of the clickbaiters, myself included, will absolutely run with headlines and all that kind of stuff blasting you for it, because at the end of the day, we just want you to do your job. You are adult pretenders, some of the most elite and pampered among us, and all we ask for you to do is sing and dance like the good court jesters you are and keep us entertained. We don't care about your opinion on politics. Just dance, monkey, dance. So the interview reveals that Brie Larson's publicist steps in to shut down the line of questioning. Her publicist intervenes to ask me to move on to the next question. Good job on the publicist. You're doing your job. You clearly saw that your customer, that your little associate here, was feeling very uncomfortable and was refusing to answer these questions, so you shut the reporter down. Exactly the kind of job you are supposed to do. Good job on the publicist. The interview continues with the reporter seems shocked by Larson's lack of response, writing, "I can't work out whether Larson is angry or upset. She's been outspoken before about sexism in Hollywood and has taken on the industry in other ways." Yeah, and she found out they got herself into a lot of hot water and pissed off all the wrong people, so including the fans. So yeah, maybe just for a thought out there, maybe not such a good idea. So obviously we go on about her 2018. It appears she's not only unwilling to engage... The interview points out that Brie Larson's remarks from 2018 about calling for more diversity from film reviews. At the time, Larson said 60% of the critics were white men. The reporter continues about Larson. Yet today, she appears not only unwilling to engage with such issues, but even surprised to have been asked. Yeah, because she's there to promote her new stage play. She's not trying to throw her hat into a political ring. I know, strange concept. It's almost like the publicists have changed their tune as well, right? Because before, she was totally okay to speak on all this kind of stuff. She had no problem talking about all that kind of stuff. But oh my, it's almost like the fans do decide what succeeds and what fails, and saying things that piss off over half your audience really isn't a very good idea, now is it? The reporter adds that later Brie Larson stated during the interview, "I don't feel that everything I'm saying is a stance. There are times that I speak out, and there are times when I don't," which is the smartest choice anybody out there in Hollywood could make. You're not meant to talk about politics. You were not hired at CNN. You were not hired at Fox News. You were not hired as an independent journalist anywhere out there. No, you are an actor, and you were hired to do one job and one job only: act. Be an adult pretender and make it believable. And you know what? I'm glad to see this. Shout out to Brie Larson for either wising up or having her publicist wise up out there and decide to avoid this kind of identity politics nonsense. It does nothing but ostracize massive amounts of your fan base and automatically puts a sour taste in their mouth. And honestly, boys and girls, I don't think there's a lot of people that honestly want a sour taste in their mouth from Brie Larson. It'd probably be something very different. And at the end of the day, it sounds like she's wised up, and it sounds like maybe the industry as a whole has wised up. But apparently, all of the reporters out there with all of their agenda-driven nonsense questions that got shut down by Brie Larson and her publicist clearly haven't got the message. And guess what? At the end of the day, boys and girls, you are responsible for every single one of that. So take a victory lap, fans, because you might not have only broken Brie Larson, you might have broken the entire industry of identity politics inside of Hollywood.